fabric, you're going to cover your folder, allowing for fabric on both sides. Allow for about 3/4 extra on each side, so that way when you cut it, you have extra, and then you will make lines in the center on each side, creating 4 triangles. That way you have the sides of your envelope. Then you're going to cut out your shape. As you can see, that extra length is going to be just enough, so that way I can fit extra things within my envelope. Then you can use your adhesive glue. I love this fabric tack, it works amazing. I'm going to glue down all of the sides, and you can sew a button or use Velcro to have your closure. I prefer this button, I think it looks incredibly chic. Next, we're going to be making these leather binders. It's great to recycle things that you already have, so I am just covering my binders enough so that way I have enough fabric to glue onto the insides. You're going to cut them out just as you did with the previous DIY, and cut any slits where the folds might be awkward. So that is at the bottom, and when you go to fold the binder, make sure you have enough fabric so that when it's closed it doesn't gap or have any extra fabric. Making slits where it would fold kind of awkwardly, and I will glue those down separately. And then I'm going to use these little studs on the sides to give it a nice gold hardware. Then, using a file folder, we're going to make some leather ones. So just allow for 2 sides worth of fabric on each side. You can trace this. And I decided to use my extra fabric to make these. And you do not have to sew them, but I thought it'd be cool to sew the left side and the bottom just so that way they were a little bit more sturdy. This next DIY is my favorite. These are my USB tassels. You can clip them onto your purse or your keychain so you are always with all of your documents at hand. All you're going to do is cut out a 6x6 piece of fabric. It doesn't have to be exact, but this made a pretty decent sized tassel, one that you will definitely not lose. It's plenty big to see. And you're going to cut this out and then cut little strips, being mindful not to cut all the way to the top or else you will have no strips. Also, you will need to cut a 1/2 inch strip out for your top of your keychain. Once you've made all of your tassel pieces, take a lobster hook and put the extra piece through it and glue that down. Now for the USB attachment, you can use whatever material you want. I just have a piece of leather twine. I'm going to tie it in a very tight knot, and then once you do that, you can start to put glue along the top of the piece of leather. So I'm cutting off any extra fabric that'll get in the way, but when you start to curl the leather under, you want to pull it taut so that way you have a nice tight tassel. Then you can attach your USB. Make sure you have one that has a hook or a hole that can put a piece of string through. And there you have it. I ended up making a bunch of these because they're so cute. I have them matching all of my different bags, and that way it's just chic. It's something that you can't lose. And how cute does that look on my purse? For this next DIY, we will be recycling a notebook that I had laying around using some sticker paper. So what you're going to do is find a print or pattern that you really love. I found this on Pinterest. I love indigo ink. And then I'm going to size it so that it is at least as big enough as the notebook itself. I just used this in pictures to make it 9.5 by 11, and then you can print it out. What's really great about this sticker paper is it comes off in strips on the back, and that way you can take it off piece by piece, ensuring that you don't have any bubbles. So make sure everything lines up, and then you can start removing it by strips and placing it on your notebook. Make sure you press down well so that way it is secured. Now this next part is completely optional. I'm just using some decoupage to give it a nice sheen and coating and secure it even more. I also did the same technique with the inside of my binder because who doesn't love coordinating school supplies? I hope you guys liked this year's DIY video, and I will be posting more back to school videos very soon, including recipes, essentials, and a huge giveaway where you could win this planner. So I will see you guys soon. Bye.